Kling has just released Kling 2.1, and is this the AI video generator to overtake Veo 3, which is what everybody's thinking. We see that they have just released 2.1 and it's absolutely amazing. Check it out. As you've seen in Kling 2.1, you see that it's making very realistic, very smooth animations. They said that now in standard, it's 720p, and professional, it's 1080p modes. The cost for it is a lot cheaper, with 20 credits 5 seconds for standard and 35 credits for pro for 5 seconds, which, let's be honest, is a huge deal cheaper than Google Veo 3. Google Veo 3 I think is a few dollars when it comes to generating an 8-second clip versus a few cents here and there for Google Veo for Kling 2.1. But even though it's really good, one of the things that everybody's thinking about is this better than, well, Google Veo 3? And the short and sweet answer is not really. Google Veo 3 is just on a totally different level right now. They have that Google wallet, that Google pocket, and money to spend on anything and everything they want to. But that doesn't mean that people aren't going to catch up and catch up quick. What is good about Kling 2.1 is that, well, Kling 2.1 is better at, well, prompt adherence, where it seemed like with Google Veo 3, you may have to roll the dice a few more to get exactly what you're prompting within Google Veo 3. But when you do get it in Google Veo 3, it's absolutely amazing. But for how you may want the actor to really act with the prompt or how the scene to go, seems like Kling 2.1 is a little bit better when it comes to it. But Google Veo just seems like it's a whole different level when it comes to realism. We see people doing podcasts, we see people doing these street interviews and everything with Google Veo 3, and that's kind of the game changer that people are expecting, that you would not be able to tell what's real and what's fake from the prompts and outputs you get from Google Veo 3. Kling 2.1 still seems like it's a little bit not fake, but you could tell it's AI generated, I guess is the thing to say. It seems like it can do a really good stop motion animation, some type of Pixar animation that you may not be able to distinguish. But overall, Google Veo 3 just seems to be better when it comes to that. But here are some generations from the community for Kling 2.1, where we see that with Kling 2.1, they was able to do this bug scene where this guy seems like he's under attack and bleeding out of their mouth. But it's a bug, so I guess it's YouTube terms and service friendly. You even have this person who's DJing as a skull, and it's pretty good, very consistent. People are partying, and they have this Superman Pikachu, where it's not bad, but the motion doesn't really look super fluid. It seems like he's trying to walk on air or something. But this is one where it's an ultra realistic one, where it has this person sitting in the street holding their phone, they're looking around. That's really realistic, I will say so myself. But coming to Google Veo, where it's an actual street interview, or in the kicker with Google Veo is the audio is actually coming out and matching the actual sound effects beat by beat. That's kind of what sets it apart, I think, for me, completely. People are even doing these Barbie trends where they're animating Barbie dolls, which is something completely left field, but it doesn't look too bad. And so this is what you can expect to be what you can get out of Kling 2.1, where they just have the really crisp, really detailed video generator and videos that are being generated coming from Kling 2.1. But if you're trying to fool somebody or tell somebody that this is realistic, I still think Google Veo 3 has it down pat. Here's someone who did a comparison with all the drones being flown where you see that they're doing a comparison between Pika 2.2, Pickverse 4, Runway Gen 4, Google Veo 3, OpenAI Sora, Kling 2.1 Pro, Luma Ray 2, and Halua i2V, and they came out pretty good. I think the key takeaway is here that even though Google Veo 3 may be the top of the throne, doesn't mean that you shouldn't be experimenting and doing other things when it comes to videos generating, because everybody doesn't have $250 to be spending on Google Veo just to have access to it, let alone the credits that you would need to run in order to get the perfect scene. There was an advertisement where they did a fake advertisement where they were prescribing animals or a pill that attracts animals to you, and that whole commercial costs $500 roughly for a minute 30 seconds. And you got to really ask yourself, is that well worth your money when coming to spend on these video generators? Or would you rather just have that in your pocket and spend $50 or maybe $100 max on Kling 2.1 and maybe have to do your own audio matching yourself? If you're like me, I'm probably going to save the money. But tell me what you think down below. Do you think that Kling 2.1 stands up to Google Veo 3? If you want to keep up with the latest and greatest AI news, definitely like and subscribe. With that being said, your boy Dexter out.